Welcome to the Be It Till You See It podcast, where we talk about taking messy action, knowing that perfect is boring. I'm Lesley Logan, Pilates instructor and fitness business coach. I've trained thousands of people around the world, and the number one thing I see stopping people from achieving anything is self-doubt. My friends, action brings clarity, and it's the antidote to fear. Each week, my guests will bring bold, executable, intrinsic, and targeted steps that you can use to put yourself first and be it till you see it. It's a practice, not a perfect. Let's get started. Welcome back to the Be It Till You See It interview recap, where my co-host in life, Brad, and I are going to dig into the unstoppable convo I had with Camee Adams in our last episode. If you haven't yet listened to that episode, go back, watch it, then come back, join us here, or put it in your play next. So this is like a back-to-back sandwich of Be It Till You See It. Enjoy. I really enjoyed talking with her. I think, first of all, if you watch the YouTube version of that, you probably saw my eyes change and my face just change when I realized that I think she's younger than me, but her kids are in college. And I was like, well,
she's younger than you and her kids are in college.
Yeah.
And she's a fighter.
Yeah, she's a fighter. So she's all UFC, these things. And it's like, well, what did you do, Lesley, with your life? Yeah.
So in prep for this, I Googled her. I just looked her up.
Yeah.
She's a badass. I mean, there's some amazing pictures of her prepping for and then actually in the ring.
Yeah, no, I mean, totally. And then somebody tagged me in something recently, and she commented because she saw, so we have fun. Mutual friends. Yeah, it's in Vegas, so we have to connect in real life. I know. I love this world. So anyways, Google her, check her out, but also, yes, do the math. Homegirl was very efficient with her younger life. We'll just say that. Before I get into this interview, I do want to say, reminder, if you're watching this in real time, first of all, thank you. Way to be on it. I'm a real time kind of person. And then also, if you just found us and you're binging out, hi, you're late, but you can still get information on what I'm about to say. So in a few days, the OPC one-day event, special workshop, roll up on the mat. I'm saying it like it's a fight. Is happening. So on this Sunday,
in the virtual corner, we welcome the OPC one-day event workshop roll up on the mat.
Pew, pew, pew.
It's Pilates, y'all.
Yeah,
it's Pilates.
So the roll-up is an exercise that most people really struggle with. Brad hates it. He does it way better now. But if you have been struggling...
When I was first getting started, it's
well, you came up like a vampire. You came up like...
a vampire?
Straight up out of the coffin. Yes, your back did not bend. And then if you weren't a vampire, you were like a mousetrap.
I was a mousetrap.
I
was catching those vampire mice.
Anyways, so it's on Sunday. It's 2 hours. There'll be a short replay, and we're really excited about it. OPC teachers are joining me to help show you their tricks and steps and strategies for helping the roll up be more embodied in their bodies. And also, what's really cool is once you nail the roll up, you can actually have access to rollovers and teasers and open leg rockers and all these, and this might also vampires. Yeah. If this is all gibberish to you, essentially, if you'd like to have a full body workout that allows you to stretch and strengthen your body, and you don't want to work out for an hour all the time, be at this workshop. The roll up is an essential exercise you need to have in your body. It won't take much of your time, just a little bit, and you will learn things that will help you no matter where you do Pilates. Yeah, and when you do it.
Skip straight to it. Go to opc.me/events.
Yes, opc.me/events. Okay, and then, hello, OPC members.
Hello.
Hi. Hello. We have a little tease happening. We're teasing you right now. We're telling you that there is something exciting that we can't tell you, but if you were at the live class, we told you. So here's the deal. OPC members, something very exciting is happening. It's around the corner, and we will be telling you more about it next month. And we're just like over here, like little Pilates elves, like working on things. And then finally, if you are a teacher who is like, gosh, I really don't want to burn out, but I can't teach the way I'm teaching anymore, or you're frustrated with like how to help your clients take their stuff to the next level, or maybe you have forgotten about your connection to the method. Hello, I'm Lesley Logan. I am your Elevate mentor. Elevate is my mentorship. It's a 9-month program. Our third round starts in May. Rounds 1 and 2 sold out. And there's only 3 spots left. Well, I don't know. By the time this happens, there could be no spots left. But let's just say there's still the 3 from when we're recording. I want you in it. I want to work with you. It's my favorite thing that I get to do. It really, truly is. I mean, the retreat is also a favorite thing. But like, the mentorship is just really a lot of fun. We get to spend a lot of time together, really help you take it to the next level. So go to lesleylogan.co/elevate. lesleylogan.co/elevate. And yes, Brad added a 4th bullet. But wait, there's more. Do not skip ahead. You're going to want to hear about this. The chairs flashcard deck has like the printing is in the works, and you can pre-order over at the OPC website. You can also check out our other flashcards there and all that we have. But if you are like itching to make sure you get this when the deck is like hot off the actual presses, like literally that's what happens, and like hand put into a box and then put into the mail, you want to order now, because otherwise if we sell out, then you have to wait another 8 to 10 weeks. That's just how
that's hot off the actual presses.
Oh, if people have seen a press, that's what it looks like. Yeah. Yes, it's really cool. You can also go over to the OPC site, and on a blog, there's actually a whole video on how these cards are made.
For the Cadillac.
It makes no sense to me how they keep them in order.
It's pretty amazing.
I'm like, how is that in order though? How is that not out of order? It's amazing. These are things I don't need to know. It's not my job. All I do is make cards over here. So now, before we get into Camee Adams, can you please tell me if we have an audience question to get to?
We sure do. So I'm just going to read it off here. I know you love your equipment, but do you recommend a less expensive mat or reformer? And this is from Sincerely, IG user who uses your flashcards.
I know. I really love this question. And trust me, since I don't actually make money off of a lot of the referrals I send to equipment, I wish that I could have a list of here's if you want to spend the top dollar, and here's middle dollar, and here's less dollars. But the truth is what I cannot do is tell you to buy equipment that you're going to want to replace later on. I'm just not good at that. So for this user here,
I think it's okay that you're not good at that.
I'm not good at that. And and here's the thing.
I literally heard your response to them this morning, and I was like, okay, yeah, I agree.
So here, full disclosure, I am an authorized demo center for Contrology equipment, which is made by Balanced Body, which means I am, of course, going to want to send you to Contrology, or at the very least to Balanced Body. I love them so much. And let me just tell you why. My reformer needed a repair, and the head of Balanced Body came to my hotel room and repaired my reformer.
The owner. Yeah, the guy who's been doing the company for 40 years. He was like, yeah, you know what? I'll do a equipment call.
And my friend who has Contrology equipment in San Diego, one of the trade show guys from the company was like, oh, you're in San Diego? I'm going to be down there next month. Do you want me to stop by and check on your equipment? She didn't ask. He just offered. So I really am biased to them for many reasons. And yes, I can, and I'm an affiliate. So for all these reasons.
But not only that, the Contrology line was co-designed with Balanced Body by your teacher.
By my teacher. Yeah. So another, a 14,000th reason why I'm biased, and will always send you there. There is you can use an 8 to 10 millimeter mat to do Pilates on. It won't have handles. It won't have a strap.
Travel mat or a roll-up mat.
But it needs to be 8 to 10 millimeters. And we used to sell them on our site. We don't anymore. You guys, products are a beast, and I can't get to the post office on time. So we don't do that anymore. And Balanced Body does have one of those roll-up mats on their site. That being said, that kind of mat is not able to make the mat like in a piece of equipment. So I'm going to send you to the Contrology mat because it's just the best. It's got the handles, it's got the strap. As far as reformers go, the reformers range in all prices, but my favorite reformers that really help people have the most access, and to me, You won't be limited on exercises you can do, because if you're too close to the floor, that's going to affect your practice. If you're too, if it is bungees, not springs, that's going to affect the method in your body. So all the reformers that I happen to love and tell people to get are going to be above $4,000. Yes, that is a lot of money.
It's true.
It is. But I highly recommend, get a little bank account, call it your equipment account, and start throwing money in there. You'd be surprised. With my affiliate link, you could probably get the mat. If you're saving, you could probably get the mat in under a year of savings. And then reformer, luckily, that's what payment plans are for. But they're write-offs if you're a teacher, just saying. So anyways, I love my equipment, and I can't recommend stuff that I don't think you'll love.
Yeah, and the link that we'll put in the show notes will actually save you some money on your order.
And if you have any problems with that, hit us up. Just like literally DM me, say I'm having problems with your affiliate link, and I will connect you to my lovely salesperson. She's a badass, but try the link first.
Yep, amazing. Okay, now let's talk about Camee Adams.
Camee Adams.
As a professional mixed martial artist, Camee Adams knows a thing or two about fighting. She's learned to take a punch, and she works as a resilience coach and speaker to equip others with the tools that they need to pick themselves up and keep going. And she speaks from a whole lot of experience.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like
and outside the ring.
To be a fighter, you have to like literally have more resilience than, because I'm going to tell you right now, if I got hit in the face, I'd be like, I need to run for cover. Like, please.
Well, I don't think fighting, she said that fighting wasn't really like on her agenda of like, I want to go be a fighter. No, she just got into boxing and kickboxing, and then, whatever, tumbling, like whatever was on the mat. And then all of a sudden it was like, she was just in a crew of people who were training to be fighters.
Yeah.
And they said, you're good at this. Do you want to fight? And she's like, yeah, actually I do. And that's how she got into it.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy.
It's also like when we work out with our trainer, like, I'm super glad that one of the people is like getting ready, and like she's readying her up to like do actual challenges. And I'm like, yes, you should be the person that gets pushed to that. I am not. I just have to, I don't know. There's some things I have to get over my fear. And so clearly Camee is a resilience coach for a reason and not me. So one of the things that I love that she said is that there's actually 4 forms of resilience. And this makes a lot of sense, because I think we've had other guests who've talked about there's 4 areas of your life you have confidence in, right? So
sure.
So resilience, you can have mental resilience, physical resilience, emotional resilience, and spiritual resilience. And I think I can attest that my mental resilience is pretty fucking great. My spiritual resilience is not bad. My emotional resilience, it depends on the fucking day. And physical, as long as you're not asking me to fight, I think I could slay there too. But what I love about thinking about their 4 areas is that you can actually like self-eval, like I just did. And then if you want to increase your resilience in an area that it's not necessarily as strong, or if you're going through something in your life and you're like, oh, well, I'm probably going through this because my mental resilience isn't there, then you can, instead of just forcing yourself to get better at the thing that you're not doing great at, you can actually do you take your mental resilience to the gym, so to speak, and like work that muscle out.
Yeah. And I mean, I was thinking like what's a good way to kind of look at this, and I came up with something that's terrifying, but is a dramatic enough example that I think that...
Thanks for the warning.
You're welcome. I mean, I was thinking about POWs, like prisoners of war.
Oh my gosh.
Where clearly they're not going to have the physical, probably not the emotional or spiritual, but mental is where they live. They have to, if they're going to survive an experience.
I mean, they might have all of those, but mental resilience is key.
Well, I mean, if the physical, they don't. If you're not able to move, or work out, like you're gonna atrophy, right? So you can still maintain resilience, but in a different form of it. But let's maybe pick something a little less tragic. What about like being a parent?
I mean, gosh, I think being a parent, that is emotional and mental resilience muscle you definitely need for sure. I was even thinking just like being a business owner, like, part of like like I feel like we're pretty fucking resilient, but sometimes I've had to like lean less into the mental resilience I have and actually go into the spiritual resilience. Cause I'm like, if I have to tap my mental resilience one more time, I'm just gonna be pissed that I even have this. Like it's, I need to look at this in a different way. So I don't know. I think it's just a really fun way to like look at yourself and just evaluate, like, where do you think you have natural resilience and where do you think you need to like ante up?
Well, that goes straight into what I really loved that Camee said. She talked about resilience looks different for everyone. She said it's a unique skill, and it is refined through your own process, your own journey. And for her, she her life was dramatically changed when she got pregnant at a young age, right? And so she had to work through that. She also had a lot of now she's a young parent, right? Not able to do the careers that she wanted to do. And then she's a single parent also. So, and then she moved a couple times, and then she got into fighting and training. She also was in the competitive body building world, right? Which is like incredibly strict and regimented in your lifestyle because you have to in order to be competitive. Yeah. So pretty intense for sure. But, she talked about if you think you don't have any resiliency in your life, then that actually means you're in the middle of a resilience process. So if like things are crumbling around you and you're just like, what the hell, you're actually in the middle of building your resilience muscle.
Oh, I have an example of that. It's like when I left my ex and I was homeless and then I totaled my car and then the studio that I rented space from was shut down all in the same week. And I was like...
And everything seems like incredibly like despair.
Yeah, I literally was like, okay, what else do you want to take? Like, just take it. I don't want to move it with me. Like, what? Take it all so I can make sure that when the apartment I pick and the car I pick and the place I go is like... I don't have to do this again. Like, I don't want to move twice. And so that was just, I was building a muscle.
Yeah, totally. So how do you go through the process of resiliency? And how do you practice resiliency is actually a better way to ask that question. Like, what does resiliency look like? So because it's a unique skill and it also affects the 4 different areas, of resilience: mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual, it can manifest itself in your life in different ways. Some of the ones that she listed as her examples in her life, she said, look at your coping skills. Evaluate past ones and adding new ones, right? So for her, she uses yoga as a place to be alone with herself and to have some like moments of peace in her mind and body. She said she's a journaler, so writing. And but I also came up with a couple of other obvious ones. Maybe you have someone you can speak to about it, a counselor or
I think you're therapist. Right. I think also having someone in your life who's like not like someone's going to activate you in any way. So like maybe
could even be your best friend.
But somebody who can remind you like, oh, hey, you actually are like, you just did this, like you did this better than last time. Or actually you know how long it's been since this happened to you. Like, I think having it just anyone to like reflect on just how far you've come is really important, to like just, it's kind of like doing a year in business review of you like take a high level view. You're like, oh, wow. Okay. We actually did all these things, but it's similar for yourself. Like just reflecting back and having someone there to remind you that you've come a lot farther, than you think.
Yeah, totally. And she also had another example that I thought was, an interesting way to practice resiliency, and that are the I am statements, right? So these are the things that you like write in lipstick on your mirror. I am confident. I am strong. I am, making $1 million. I am what blank. Mm-hmm. You fill that in, and that becomes part of your routine, your mantra, right? And that begins to help you fight through the whatever the thing might be that you're being challenged with. So I thought, those are some pretty practical tips, and also, just some examples of how she practices resiliency, and then maybe how we can as well.
Yeah.
So how do you practice resiliency? Maybe it's a walk. Maybe you, like for me, I know when I was in the shit at my job and like I was so stressed out all the time, I would go find a really peaceful lunch spot, and I would be alone with the koi fish in with the water fountain and in the Zen garden. I mean, and I needed that. And for me, that was me practicing, maintaining sanity, basically.
Yeah.
Sure.
I love it. We want to know.
Yeah. Let us know.
Tag us in your resiliency moment so we know. We can share it.
I love that.
Yeah.
All right. So finally, let's talk about those be it action items. What bold, executable, intrinsic, or targeted action items can we take away from your combo with Camee Adams?
I'm going to start.
Do it.
Okay. My biggest takeaway is do what you can in your current season. Space and grace to yourself. So I think a lot of times we get really obsessed with what we can't do in the current moment that we're in. I like some of our agency members, for example, like I haven't been very slacktive because I've been busy doing these things. I'm like, yes, it's called implementation mode. Yeah. You have nothing to apologize for. You are actually taking the things that you learned and you're putting them into your business. And so you only should come in here to ask questions about that and not to be a sponge for more, versus maybe you're in a place where somebody reached out to me. They're like, I don't actually know what my goals are right now. Well, then maybe you're in a season where you're actually exploring opportunities. You are learning, you're being curious, and like, what ends up happening is you're in the learning and curious mode, but you're seeing that there's all these people over there who like know what their goals are, and you're not honoring that you're in a different season than them. So I really love that as a be it action item, like be in your season, and then have space and grace for yourself. Geez, Louise, my loves, be fucking kind to yourself. You're so hard on yourself. Do you want to, if we're being it till we see it, and I ask you, in your future life, are you hard on yourself? The answer is probably no. So you can actually be that right now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think also too, I think there's this fear of being quote unquote behind, whatever behind is, right? And I'm seeing, the comparison to others and all those kinds of things. So, I think that something that really was eye-opening for me was when I was in school, and there was like, it didn't matter how hard I worked at music, there were always people who were better than me, right? But I still wanted to be better, but that giving myself space and grace to acknowledge what I was doing, which was practicing my ass off, and realizing that it will just simply take time. These other musicians have obviously logged more hours than me, right? Mm-hmm. They have been doing it longer than I, whatever, and I can get there, but I need to give myself the space to practice and to achieve those kinds of things. So, and that goes with in different seasons of your life, Mm-hmm. Yeah. Amazing.
Well, thanks for being here, everyone.
Yeah.
How fucking resilient are you? Pretty darn resilient, I bet, if you actually gave yourself some credit. So how are you going to use these tips in your life? What were your takeaways from Camee Adams? Tag us, the Be It Pod, tag Camee, let us know. And thank you so much for being one of our listeners. We truly, truly appreciate you. We talk about you a lot. We spend a lot of times with other podcasters. We're always talking about how fucking amazing you are. So tell us more about yourself, and let us know what your questions are so we can answer them in the next recap. And until next time, be it till you see it.
Bye for now.
That's all I got for this episode of the Be It Till You See It podcast. One thing that would help both myself and future listeners is for you to rate the show and leave a review. And follow or subscribe for free wherever you listen to your podcast. Also, make sure to introduce yourself over at the Be It Pod on Instagram. I would love to know more about you. Share this episode with whoever you think needs to hear it. Help us and others be it till you see it. Have an awesome day. Be It Till You See It is a production of As the Crows Fly Media.
It's written, produced, filmed, and recorded by your host, Lesley Logan, and me, Brad Crowell. Our associate producer is Amanda Fraterelli.
Kevin Perez at Disenyo handles all of our audio editing.
Our theme music is by Ali at Apex Production Music, and our branding by designer and artist Gianfranco Cioffi.
Special thanks to our designer Jaira Mandal for creating all of our visuals, which you can't see because this is a podcast, and our digital producer Jay Perdoso for editing all the video each week so you can.
And to Angelina Herrico for transcribing each of our episodes so you can find them on our website. And finally, to Meredith Crowell for keeping us all on point and on time.